Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Friday, January 19th, 2018. Now, what's going on today is that we have the moon here still hanging out at the very last degrees of Aquarius, okay? And when the moon's in Aquarius, it brings our attention, of course, to the future, to our goals, to our ambitions, to where it is that we see our life going, okay? It also brings our attention to socializing, being out and about with friends, and to thinking about our situation here in kind of different ways, getting a different perspective on things, okay? So that's what is going on at the very, very beginning of today. All right, as the moon's in Aquarius at 4 a.m., it's going to make a sextile over here to Uranus in Aries. So as we're thinking about our life, where we see our life going in some way, trying to lighten up a bit, there could be some unexpected thing that does come up. Because this is a sextile, I think this unexpected thing could actually be pretty good, pretty energizing to help you better move forward here, to reach some dreams of yours, some ambitions of yours, and to just do some things that it is that are important to you, to help you envision your life better, envision your future better in some way. So I see this unexpected thing being a good thing. However, very shortly, within an hour almost, after the moon makes this sextile to Uranus, it then makes a square, which is a hard aspect here, over to Mars, okay? And sometimes the moon and Mars don't really get along that well in some ways. So as some unexpected thing comes up that I think is going to be good for us, to help us get more insights on where it is we see our life going, and to help maybe jolt us forward to do something that it is that we want, to put our life in a place that resonates with us, there could be some difficult feelings that come up shortly after about how we integrate that change into our life, about where our life is going, and about some changes that it is that we're currently making, okay? I think there's been lots of changes that we've been trying to make recently here with Mars and with Pluto coming in to put our life in the right spot, to put our life in a better place here. And I think it could be hard to take these unexpected things that come up about your life, about where you see your life going, or perhaps even some unexpected insights that you receive, and then integrate them into all of the changes that it is that you're currently making in your life, okay? I think that could be hard, especially with the moon coming off of the south node for much of yesterday, needing to take a step back. And I think we're trying to balance all of that here, really trying to balance doing things, making things happen, putting your life in the right place here, with allowing new unexpected things and insights to come, while still allowing yourself to think about things in different ways. And I really do think that that is starting to be some of the challenge that we felt yesterday and today coming in, is wanting to change your life, wanting to do big things, to put your life in the right place, knowing that they're working. We are making changes, we are putting our life in a much better spot, but knowing also that before we can finally take that final leap to step into some of these changes, that we need to still get more of the information and wait for more things to happen and process, okay? So I think it's just the delicate balance here of doing the two. Someone commented and said that they felt like they were taking a huge step forward, and I agree with you. We are, like, with all of this stuff in Capricorn coming in, with Jupiter in a sextile with Pluto, huge opportunities here to create the life that you want, to take major steps forward that I still think we're taking. But while we're taking these steps forward here, needing to also detach yourself from some of these situations, so you can see things differently, get more information that it is that you need, and learn how to integrate them into this new life that it is that you're creating in a better way, so that you can create a life that is even more authentic for you. You can create a life that works even better than it has in the past. And so I think we're trying to just figure that out moving forward here in a really big way, but also trying to get more insights that it is that we need, understand what's going on, think long term as well about what's happening, envision a future that it is, and make room for some unexpected insights that may come up as well, okay? Maybe that's the challenge. We're starting to get insights here from taking a step back, to see things differently. Things are starting to happen, and now we're like, now that we have these insights, now that these unexpected things are coming up, how do we take them and make them into something with what we've been working on for so long and trying to figure out? And I think you need to take the time at the end of yesterday and into especially the beginning of today here to really understand, if you're getting a new perspective on life, to understand what that perspective is, to take it and to integrate it into all of the work that it is that you've done so far. And you aren't going to get those good insights, some of these unexpected things aren't going to happen if you don't allow yourself to take a break from some of the work that it is that you put in, and to detach yourselves and to give yourself some space a little bit so that you can get some of that information and that insight that it is that you need. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Utah time, okay, every time I mention this for Mountain Time, which is what I'm located in the United States. All right, then at 1 o'clock p.m. Utah time, the moon is then going to enter Pisces. Okay, when the moon enters Pisces, it then comes into a more internal kind of, you know, feeling. You're thinking more about yourself, about what's going on inside you, about how you can become more at peace with everything that's happened. Perhaps there were some insights and some things that came up at the very end of yesterday and into today that were unexpected, that were different, that were not what you were planning on here, that you then had to learn how to integrate into your life. And I think what we get towards the second part of the day here is having to be comfortable, having to learn how to be comfortable with everything that has now come up, with some of these unexpected insights, with some of these maybe things that you've learned from taking a step back, from pushing so hard. Okay, and I think that's what you're trying to figure out, is how can I be comfortable internally with everything that's happened. Pisces, to me, because it is the 12th sign and the last sign of the zodiac, to me also rules the past. You know, things that have happened to you in the past. Sometimes people think of Pisces as a collection of all 12 signs, you know, so I think what comes in with Pisces is you also have to learn how to overcome the past so that you can ultimately start again anew in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. Okay, and so I think there's some of that too, now that we're taking a step back, getting some insights here about our life, and to help us move forward and to figure out what we need to do next after we've been pushing so hard. We then have to integrate them into ourselves emotionally. We have to get right with them spiritually. We have to overcome the past, some old ways of thinking and some old ways of doing things, so that we finally can start to step into a new life we've been creating. Okay, I do believe as well that this is the first time that the moon has been in Pisces after all of this crazy stuff went down in Capricorn, with Mercury and Saturn conjunct, with all these planets crossing Pluto as well, the Sun and Venus. So the moon here coming into Pisces, I think, is saying, look, you've been making some crazy changes in your life, especially since the beginning of this month here, and it is really starting to be time for you to get comfortable with all these changes, for you to envision your new life, settle into this new life with all the changes that it is that have happened, make sense of it all, and begin to move forward, detaching yourself from an old life. Okay, so that's what's going to happen around 1 p.m. Then at 7 o'clock p.m. at night Utah time, the moon in Pisces is then going to make a sextile to Saturn. Okay, and I like sextiles. They're my favorite aspect. I think they're mostly positive in my opinion. Okay, I think bringing in a really big opportunity here for you, if you can listen to your heart, if you can get right with yourself emotionally and spiritually, a big opportunity coming in at 7 o'clock at night tonight here to start to understand where your life is going, commit to your new life, to a new direction your life is going, into a new career, and to feel really good about it. You know, to feel like, you know what, we can do this. We're making progress. We've got a plan. You know, we're processing things. Time to make it happen. All right. So I think that's what's coming in, and I actually see the nighttime, I think, being a good thing. Okay, with the sextile to Saturn coming in. Saturn and the moon sometimes can be a little hard. It can be a little bit restricting in some way when the moon touches Saturn, okay? But I think because this is a sextile, instead of you feeling restricted in life, I think it's really going to help you to feel dedicated, to feel disciplined, okay? To do what needs to be done here to begin feeling like you're putting your life in the place you want it to be, and to start doing some things to make that happen, okay? The moon as well, not yet, but going to be coming into a waxing moon very soon, or a first quarter moon. I guess now it's kind of a waxing moon. So it is a good time here to feel like there's some good forward momentum, especially with all of the planets direct. I think we're starting to associate more with the future here. We're starting to step into this new life that it is that we've been creating here, and needing to make room to process our life, to overcome some things from the past, and to integrate any new insights that may have come in here from taking a step back for a day or two, okay? So that's what I'm going to leave with you there. Now, what else is going on in the background, just to talk about that, is that we do have the sun moving into Aquarius today. Okay, happy birthday, Aquarius. I need to make sure I say that whenever the sun moves signs. But happy birthday, Aquarius. Sun moving in there, again, bringing our attention more to our goals. We're starting to think big picture. It's like the work has been done. We have put in so much hard work the past few years and months and weeks to make things happen, okay? And we're still moving forward, okay? Because we're coming up on a waxing moon. All these planets are direct here. We're still moving forward, but we're moving forward in a different way, where we're finally like, okay, I've done the work, things are happening, now what? How can I think big picture to make all the details align, you know, and having to kind of get a different perspective on things here, okay? So I think that's what the sun is doing, you know, bringing your attention to your goals. Now that you've done the work, how can you align all of your actions to reach the goal you want to reach, to become the person that it is that you want to be, and to feel more comfortable with yourself settling into everything that's happened, which is going to be a thing that's going to come in for the next month or so, okay? The sun is also going to come very close to Venus. I mean, they've been traveling very close here, okay? So relationships can still be a thing, money as well can still be a thing, trying to figure out how relationships and money can help you to reach some goals, to inspire you, I think as well, you could get with Aquarius coming in here, and can help you feel more comfortable with yourself and this life that you're living, wanting to have relationships that are really authentic and true to you, and to begin to settle into these relationships, okay? So that's what's happening there. What else do we have going on? Mercury also here in coming into a sextile with Neptune, again bringing up great insights, I think, especially with the moon moving into Pisces today. Big insights to understand better where your life is going, to get more comfortable with this new direction you have put your life in, to begin to settle into it, to break away from the past, to begin to move forward, to step into new chapters. So I think there's a lot of that going on, and really starting to think in better ways to understand your life, and to get the inspiration that it is that you need to put your life in the spot that you want it to be in, okay? So I see that going on there. We also still have things I've talked about before in other videos. Pluto here, still in a sextile with Jupiter. Lots of opportunity to change your life for the better. I've been saying that. And Mars as well, still in a trine to Chiron. So as we're making a lot of these positive changes here, maybe feeling a little bit hurt, maybe feeling a little bit uncertain about what is happening and what is going on, but needing to stay the course, keep making some changes in your life here, but to make the changes in different ways, to start to settle into this life that it is that you're creating, envision a better life, a better future for yourself, and work to make that future, that life, those goals, those dreams of yours happen now that you have done most of the work to get there, okay? I'm not saying that there's not more work to be done with all these planets in Capricorn. There's tons of work to do. There's tons of work to go around, okay? But it's not gonna be this intense change, rearranging your life in a lot of ways. It's gonna be like, okay, we've rearranged the things, we've gotten the work here happening, okay? Now how can we get right with it? Now how can we take all of the work here and begin to really move forward on it in a way that's really unique to us, in a way that really resonates with our hearts, in a way that feels comfortable and authentic to us moving forward here, so that things aren't so rough and stressful as they have been, okay? So I hope that makes sense, trying to just explain to you the balance that it is that we're making here between working, doing, getting things done, but also needing to see the bigger picture here, and to relax and to not stress out so much about everything, especially if you've been putting the work in beforehand, okay? So that's what I've got for you today. Your card for the day is Ooh, this is a great one. This is the 7. The 7 of Pentacles reversed. This to me is a card of processing everything that has happened to you lately and looking back on your life, thinking about your life and what's gone on and trying to get right with it, which is a great thing I think with Pisces coming in. If you look at this card upright, it's a man who's harvested a bunch of crops, okay? He's had his harvest, things are blooming, and he's looking back on it saying, do I like my harvest? Do I like what happened? And I think that's what's going on today. We're looking back at all of the work that we have done the past while, okay? And all of the work that we've done the past few months to create the life that we want, and we're thinking, is this right? Do I like this? Do I not? Is there anything I need to tweak and to change to put myself on this track to be able to move better and a much easier and a much more smooth to move forward much more smoothly than I have before? So I think that's what you're thinking about today. Not a time to totally change the plan, I don't think here, but to make little tweaks to figure out what you can do better, to reflect on everything that has happened so far, to catch your breath in some way, okay? And to think about things a little bit differently so that you can start to process and move forward, okay, feeling much better about what's going on, all right? So I hope that makes sense for you with that card, all right? Yeah, no need to stress out with this card. Just need to look back in your life, to reflect, to think with a very cool and calm head about everything that's going on so that you can start to feel much better moving forward and move forward in a way that's more authentic to you, all right? So that's what I'm going to leave with you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.